addressing issues that are critical to the future of the Commonwealth and that every member in this chamber can get behind. Virginians have given us a license to lead. It's a temporary license. They have charged us all to deliver on a day one agenda. We know on some issues there'll be deep disagreements, but I believe this chamber is big enough for us to talk through our differences, and there is more that binds us than divides us. For we all share a common goal: to leave a better Virginia to our children. We're going to start by investing in Virginia classrooms. Education is the key to opportunity, the means by which all children and their parents can realize their greatest dreams. Virginia schools have a lofty reputation, but lately we've not lived up to that reputation. In fact, our education standards for math and reading are now the lowest in the nation. Unelected political appointees lowered standards, which inevitably led to a decline in student performance. 60% of students don't meet national proficiency standards, including over 70% of Latino students and over 80% of Black students. They're failing to meet the standard on the math NAEP tests. Remarkably, these dramatic declines, noted by the National Center for Educational Statistics, have only seen one Virginia school that was deemed failing because accreditation standards were lowered. Starting now, we're ending the accountability shell game intended to make us feel good, but amount to the often stated soft bigotry of low expectations. Let's stop cheating our kids. Friends, on this we should join arms and join in purpose so that when our time here is done, we've collectively raised education standards from the lowest to the highest in the nation. I'm also calling for $150 million to help us meet our goal of starting 20 new charter schools. Whether they're called charter schools or lab schools or innovation schools, it doesn't really matter. I don't care what we call them. I just care that we do it. We're joined today by the students of Green Run Collegiate Charter School in Virginia Beach. Green Run Collegiate shares a facility with Green Run High School. They have an innovative curriculum. They provide access to every child in the school district to attend the collegiate program. They're thriving, and their parents are thrilled. So please join me in welcoming these future leaders to our Commonwealth's capital. We're going to build partnerships between the Commonwealth and our great universities to create lab schools of excellence. It could be a lab school in Southwest Virginia in partnership with UVA-Wise. It could be an entrepreneurship or entertainment industry focused school partnering with one of our amazing historically black colleges and universities, or a partnership with Old Dominion University for opportunities in offshore wind or maritime. When it comes to the educational budget, I've heard consistent bipartisan agreement from all of you that the budget you'll pass and the one that I'll sign will reflect a record investment in education. And it will include a significant boost in teacher pay. With the exception of a parent or a guardian, no one impacts the future of a young child more than a quality teacher. We will attract quality professionals to Virginia schools, and we will pay teachers as the professionals that they are. We must also recognize that the people most responsible for a child's education are parents. My message... My message to parents is this: you have a fundamental right enshrined in law by this General Assembly to make decisions with regard to your child's upbringing, education, and care. And we will protect and reassert that right. Hear me clearly. When parents are empowered and parents are engaged, a child's life is enhanced. I've heard the concerns of parents about curriculum. Virginia's parents want our history, all of our history, the good and the bad, to be taught. And they want their children to be taught how to think, not what to think. And that's why I signed a directive yesterday, an executive order, formalizing that we should not use inherently divisive concepts in schools, including critical race theory, and why we should not be teaching our children to see everything through a lens of race. That's also why I want to give parents the right to be informed before their child is exposed to sexually explicit materials. Please, send me the same bill that you passed on a bipartisan basis in 2017, and I will sign it. The classroom environment must be safe so that our children can learn. I'm asking members of this General Assembly to prioritize school safety by putting a school resource officer on every campus. I also ask you to join me in protecting students from sex trafficking organizations that recruit them on and off campus. Let's train educators to see the signs of trafficking and to stand in the gap for children at risk of being preyed upon. Let's also involve law enforcement agencies in the approval of school safety audits. And whenever someone preys upon a child in a Virginia school, we must require it be reported to local law enforcement for investigation. No more cover-ups. No more sweeping it under the rug. Parents deserve to know if their child is at risk. Schools exist for the educational benefit of children, and for that reason, they must remain open. I strongly encourage everyone to get the vaccine for COVID-19. And please stay standing, because I strongly encourage you to get the booster as well. As we battle COVID, it's parents that should decide the health measures taken for their children. That's why I signed an executive order that allows parents to opt out of mask mandates in schools. This is a matter of individual liberty.